this league you've done something.
Yeah, I believe that because again, every week somebody's going to give their A game. Even the average teams, they're used to the competition week in and week out. They see the best. So if you don't come to play each week, of course, that you can get embarrassed. So the name of the game here in Butcher's been saying it all year long, is we got to just keep keep improving every week, and that's our measuring stick. Try to get signature wins each week, and have a focus every week of going in, knowing your assignments, doing your alignments, and just getting your job done.
Probably play a little bit more early.
Yeah, he did. And he's a smart kid. We really, our signature linebackers, they were smart and tough. And he goes out there every single week. He gives you 110%, so he deserves to play. He knows all three positions, so I have no reservations on putting him in the football game. Either for the mic, the wheel, or for the Sam. If I had to put him in at the dime position, he could do that. He's just one of those guys just really a joy to have in the room. He's turned himself into a really good football player.
As a whole, the Alabama game, what was your assessment of the defensive performance?
Yeah, I mean, lackluster. I thought AJ really competed, from the beginning to the end. I didn't get our best game from some guys, and I disappointed him. So again, our signature is to get better every single week, and I thought we took a step backwards in that game. They didn't do anything that we didn't work on, and so that was the disappointing thing about it. So this week, again, didn't beat him in the ground. Again, go back, focus on us, go back to the things that we did right, and then go back to the things that we've done right in the past, and just keep building on that.
Butch just talked about the importance on the road of fast starts, because if you get buried on the road early, it could be a long day.
Yeah, that's true. Especially in that environment. Again, they're a top team in the country. They play against a lot of the best teams in the country. So, they got a great quarterback. They got two of them. They got two really good quarterbacks, and they got a great run game. Probably the biggest receiver corps in America. Guys are 6'5", 6'6", and they can run. They're physical. They block probably as good as any team you're gonna face. They block the perimeter as good as anybody we've seen, anybody that I've ever seen. But they do a good job on their scheme. They run a tempo, and again, with the quarterback situation they got, both those guys can hurt you.
What's the challenge? You mentioned the big receivers. They have big receivers, but their running backs aren't the biggest guys. They're not the tallest guys.
Right.
But they seem to run pretty physical between the tackles, and then they squirt out the backside.
Yeah,
What's the challenge in your group of A, finding them, and B, kind of managing them?
Yeah, the little guys can jump cut. They're short, but they're big and powerful. They're 5'9", 5'10", 195 to 200 pounds, so they're built right. But they can cut. They run a lot of zone schemes, and they can cut. We call jump cuts, 2 or 3 gaps over. So you have to be disciplined in your gaps. Sometimes you're gonna want to peek into somebody else's gap, and that's when they split you. So for them guys, again, their scheme is good. The little back is, when you're running that kind of scheme, the tempo, the little back is the ones that hurt you the worst.
Is that what's led to their big plays in the run game? They've got, I think, 4 or 5 runs for touchdowns, 35 yards or more. Is it?
Yeah, they do a lot.
Somebody out of a gap.
Guys are falling out of gaps, and again, they spread you out. They put 4 wide receivers in the game and create space. You got 5 linebackers in the box. 5 guys in the box, and they got 5 linemen, and their backs are good enough to make a guy miss. So they create a lot of one-on-one matchups, on the perimeter as well as on the inside.
You mentioned they block the best on the perimeter. Are you talking just about their wide receivers?
Yes. Their receivers are as good as anybody we've seen as far as blocking the perimeter. You see them run the option games, and those guys aren't getting off blocks. They got big guys that they're actually staying on the whole duration of a play. So our focus has been, got to get off the blocks this week and then get off and make plays.
Your guys this past week, anything kind of stood out about that performance that you guys, could have done differently, or was it just a matter of?
No, again, not the best performance that we've had all year. But I tell you, the guy that competed, it was AJ. I thought AJ really got after him. He did a good job. He was sideline to sideline. He was focused in, and wasn't intimidated at all. I enjoyed the way he played. And then some guys, I told him, that wasn't their best game. And that's the measuring stick is, what AJ did that week, and some of you guys have done in the past. So we're gonna flush that one down the toilet. We're gonna move on, and act like that one didn't happen. Again, we address it, but in the future we can't play that type of game and expect with a winning result. So I'm challenging Sap and Drew this week to perform and for production.
I know you faced some other spread offenses that kind of gave you guys some trouble earlier this year. What's the challenge? Against
It's making plays in space. I mean, that's why they do it. If your guys can make plays in space, it's gonna be a long day. I'm saying it now. Those guys block the best I've ever seen on the perimeter. The receivers are big, they're physical, they latch on, they stay on. And so our number one goal is to make plays in space and getting off blocks.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.